Good afternoon to all. In last class we have finished up to the topic 3G GGSN, and today we are going to see the fourth subdivision will be SMS GMSC and SMS IWMSC. So to handling the SMS from two computers or from two mobile or from point to point nodes, we are going to use SMS GMSC and SMS IWMSC. So GMSC stands for Gateway Mobile Switching Center and IWMSC stands for Interworking Mobile Switching Center. So first I am going for SMS GMSC. So in this case, first you are going to receiving the short message from the service center. After receiving the short message, we are going for interrogation about the HLR and the routing information. After integration, based upon the information, we are going to deliver the message to the user equipment. So in this corresponding topic, the mobile switching center MSC have capable of receiving a short message from the service center. So after receiving the short message, this MSC will investigate or interrogate the HLR about the routing information, because HLR is nothing but the database which stores the subscriber information. After receiving the routing information, based upon the information, the MSC will deliver the message to the user equipment. So the same point will be elaborated in the below function. So first function, they will receiving a short message in form of PDU. PDU stands for packet data unit. Second, they are going for the integration about the HLR of the routing information. And third, based upon the information, they will forwarding or delivering the short message PDU to the user equipment like SGSN or GGSN, etc. And second, we are going for the level SMS IWMSC, that is interworking mobile switching center. So in previous level, we are going to collecting the message from service center and the message will be delivered towards the user equipment. But when we are going for interworking mobile switching center, we are going to collect the message from the user equipment, and based upon the routing information, the message will be delivered to the service center. The same function will be reversing operation. So I am going for the function. The first function, they will receiving the short message PDU from user equipment like 3G SGSN or 3G MSC. So in the second, they are going to establish the link of the service center address. By based upon the address or the link of the service center, they will transferring the short message PDU to the service center. So next we are going for the fifth subdivision will be the firewall. So what is the meaning of firewall? Now this is nothing but it is a network security system to prevent unauthorized access from a private network or to a private network. That is, the private person or unknown person should not entering to access your corresponding original data network. So for this purpose, we are going for the firewall. So this firewall can be implemented in both hardware as well as the software. So you are already finishing your communication networks lab. So in this networks lab, I think so the ninth experiment will be the encryption and decryption. So for the encryption decryption, you are going to using the RC4 algorithm. After entering into the RC4 algorithm, in the Internet Explorer there will be the firewall. So this firewall will ask the permission to the administrator, either this user can access the RC4 algorithm. So for this purpose only, we are just disabling the firewall option, because if I enabling the firewall option, this firewall will restricted the corresponding private user to access the RC4 algorithm. So the main purpose of firewall, this firewall will restrict the unknown person to enter into the original data network. So normally this firewall will be frequently used in intranet. So what is the main advantages of this firewall means, suppose asking in 2 mark, what is the main advantage of firewall? Now you can write the fourth point, that is, they are used to protect the service provider backbone data network, as well as they are used to protect this network from attacks provided by the private person or external packet data networks. So now we are going to see how this firewall can be protected the original user from the external packet data network or external persona by applying the packet filtering technique. Next we are going for the packet filtering firewall. So this packet filter, they will examine both source and destination address whichever passing through the network. So the major aim of this packet filtering firewall, they will examining the address of source as well as the address of the destination. Second, so they will allow only the packet that have acceptable address. If your address will not be acceptable by this firewall now, your corresponding data will not entering into the network. So this packet filter, they will also examining the IP address as well as TCP port. TCP stands for transmission control protocol ports. But there are some disadvantages of firewall. So this firewall, this packet filtering firewall is unaware of the application. That is, they only concentrated on the address, they will not concentrated on the application, and they will not know what will the intruder will do in this corresponding activity. In this case, intruder is nothing but the violator or unknown person. So this packet filter, they consider only the source address of the data packet, and they does not concentrate or does not examine the packet will be enclosing inside the address. They just see the address. If the corresponding address will be okay now, they will allow the network, they will allow the corresponding packets inside the network. They will not see what are the important informations which will be enclosing inside the packet. So as a result, some types of unknown program or malicious virus can be installed on the authorized user computer, and it will give the permission to the intruder or violator to access the network without the permission of the authorized user. So the last portion of EMTS core network architecture will be DNS or DHCP. So this DNS server is used in all the IP network. So the main function of this DNS server I will explain in previous class itself. They are going to translating the host or domain name into the IP address. Why we are placing the domain name in alphabetic mean it will be easier to remember for the human being. Okay, but the internet will be based, not only internet, the computer will be based on the IP address or the or the machine coding. So this domain name server, they will translate the name into the IP address. So in your textbook they are representing the example like, so the actual alphabets will be www.example.com, and this will be easily remembered by the human being. But for this corresponding alphabets, the original IP address for the leveling will be 198.105.232.4. I will explain the example www.annauniv.edu. Okay, so this is the address given for the human being, but the actual address will be enclosing in the Anna University server in form of any numbers. So apart from this DNS server, they are also used to translate the access point name into GGSN IP address. So first important function, they will translate the corresponding alphabets into number, nothing but the IP number or IP address. Second, the APN, that is access point name, will be translated into GGSN IP address. So third important function, this DNS, they will allow the user equipment to use the logical name instead of physical IP address. They will allow the user equipment, nothing but a mobile phone or any types of laptop or any types of desktop computer, to use the logical name instead of the physical IP address. So next we are going for the term DHCP. So DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol Server. So this is a standard network protocol used on the IP network, and this DHCP will be controlled by the server called DHCP server. So what is the main function of this DHCP server now? They will dynamically distribute the network configuration parameters. So what are the important parameters using by this DHCP server means, they will providing the IP address for the interfaces as well as the IP address for the services. So interface is nothing but the hardware level, and services is nothing but the internet resource. So apart from this DHCP server, they will manage the allocation of IP configuration information. How they are managing the allocation of by automatically assigning the IP address. That is no manual process. This DHCP server will performing their work with the condition of automatic level. So up to this we finishing the first important topic or the first 13 mark of UMTS core network architecture. So in the anonymity question they can ask either explain 3GGSN or 3GMSC, or they can also asking the entire topic. So if you have any doubt you can contact me through the WhatsApp group. So I will also send the complete PPT file. So in this PPT, so this PPT also okay, but in this PPT some points will be elaborated myself. If you are forgetting to write the point in your notes, it will be difficult. So I will send the complete PPT. So please study that PPT. So in this PPT some points will be highlighted in the violet color. Highlight explain the class. In the violet color means if you want you can write in the examination. So this is the, and the violet color will indicate the meaning of the correct point, because that point will not be enclosing in your test book. Okay, thank you.